arresting 8 people they say are connected to a Mexican cartel responsible for stealing thousands of dollars worth of clothing from stores like Lululemon, Nike, American Eagle, and Victoria's Secret. The sheriff's office sharing these photos of their loot from the apartment search. During the search, investigators also found a U-Haul rental agreement, bringing them to this Kenosha storage center. In a particular unit, they found another 137 stolen items, totaling more than $16,000.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you all for joining me today. If you haven't already, please make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel, and most importantly, please make sure that you are following me on Telegram at TD Media Group to help circumvent social media censorship and shadow banning. And with the introduction out of the way, let's get into today's news. And today we are headed back to the People's Republic of Chicago. Why is that? Because this Sunday, ICE and United States Border Patrol was keeping downtown Chicago safe and clear of all the bad guys. And because law enforcement was out in full force, all of the crazies were inside. All of the bad guys, the animals, were inside the house, and the people of Chicago and downtown were able to enjoy a beautiful day in the city while being kept safe by U.S. Border Patrol and ICE, keeping the worst of the worst off the streets. And you gotta love it. As you can see right here, they were out there, walking through downtown Chicago, making sure that everybody was safe and that everybody was good. Now, not everybody is happy about that because some people just love criminals and criminality. And one of those people who was not happy was Emperor Brandon Johnson, the Emperor of the People's Republic of Chicago. But what makes me so happy is that Emperor Brandon Johnson is furious, but he can do nothing about it but cry on Twitter, now known as X. So before we get back into this video here that I do want to play for you guys, I want to pivot over to Brandon Johnson's Twitter page because I just want to go over some of his crybaby tweets. So let's do that right now. Allow me a moment to shift over to his X page. So as you can see here, while ICE and U.S. Border Patrol were keeping the streets of downtown Chicago safe, what you had here was Emperor Brandon Johnson being highly upset, posting tweets on Twitter. He put here, "I am closely monitoring the confirmed reports of federal agents on Michigan Avenue. While Chicagoans and visitors are enjoying another gorgeous Sunday, they are being blah, 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 blah." Whatever, bro. I'm not reading this trash, okay? Because it really doesn't matter, all right? He will go on to post this today. I believe it was about an hour or so ago. He said, "Regardless of immigration status, you have rights. My administration is protecting every Chicago resident from federal intimidation, but we are blah, blah, blah." Whatever, bro. I'm not reading this either because it's pointless. It doesn't mean anything. It's nonsense. You have a president that's actually trying to keep the citizens of Chicago safe, and he has to fight against a mayor, the emperor, as I like to say, who's trying to keep criminals on the street, right? So I'm not interested in anything that Brandon Johnson actually has to say, because the nonsense that he spews, especially nonsense that comes from Congressman Chuy Garcia out of Illinois, that we're going to get to in just a moment, is why people are actually showing up to the ICE facility in Broadview armed. More people, so-called protesters, but are actually rioters, are showing up armed. Recently, I believe it was last night in Broadview, 2 more rioters were arrested with firearms. And if I'm not mistaken, one had an explosive on him, right? So let's take a moment to shift over to this clip here. I want to show you this from Fox News, where they talked about this and unpacked it just a little bit. So let's shift over to this clip next.
ICE processing center in Broadview, Illinois, which is a suburb of Chicago. 11 violent rioters were arrested outside of the detention center. 2 guns were taken from the rioters who were against the fence at the ICE facility. Yep. And the investigation into some sort of an explosive device found near the ICE Chicago detention facility. And this is the same place last week. 16 were arrested at the facility.
So I want to pause for just a moment, then I'm going to let it finish out. There's maybe about 45 seconds left in this video clip. These aren't the same guns that were found, I believe it was Thursday or Friday. Remember, Thursday, I released a video on Saturday, but it was either Thursday or Friday. I believe it was Friday, where a rioter was arrested at the Broadview facility and he had a gun on him. This is not the same situation. This is two more. This is a second situation, we'll say, right? A second situation where 2 more firearms were found on rioters and an explosive device. Okay, so they're showing up armed regularly at this point. Regularly at this point, they're showing up armed. So I wanted to highlight that point just for clarification, so we understand what's going on here in Chicago.
16 were arrested at the facility.
So there's two elements to the story. Obviously, the legal aspect. If y'all remember, during the height of the crisis, I went in on the ground and they were taking over the schools, taking over the health centers that they had shut down in the city. And the rival gangs were warring with each other with the illegal gangs that were in the town. You also have a major crime problem, guns within Chicago, illegally in Chicago as well. So I just don't understand why the mayor, I know the residents want more help. You need a presence of law enforcement there, not just for the illegals that are criminal migrants within the country, but the actual criminals that are out there on the day-to-day basis that are residents that are shooting up the block.
So there's 100%, 100%, and 75% of Chicagoans want more law enforcement on the street. All right, 75% want that, but their emperor, Brandon Johnson, will not give it to them. Instead, he would rather have the guns on the streets and the criminals on the streets, and then he could blame it on slavery, segregation, and then racism, white supremacy, as he always does, right? That's what he typically does. I want to pivot over to this clip next, to a News Nation clip where we're going to take a moment to listen to what Greg Bovino had to say. He is the commander at large of the U.S. Border Patrol. He spoke on this situation briefly concerning these rioters that brought guns to the ICE facility. So let's take a moment to listen to that right now.
Good morning, Marnie. Well, protests are likely to expand throughout the week here. Now, Broadview, the village of Broadview, the police department actually opening an investigation into federal agents after they allegedly fired less lethal ammunition into a local CBS reporter's car. That's according to local media reports. But that's actually after the village of Broadview said that ICE officers reached out to them saying that there would be a crap show, however they used an expletive, over the weekend as protesters continue to clash with federal officers at the Broadview ICE facility. And it was a tense weekend with over 11 protesters arrested Saturday after Border Patrol agents and federal officers deployed tear gas and pepper spray balls.
If you're wondering why I have a smirk on my face, I just love seeing the accountability. Oh, I love seeing the accountability happen in real time. Anyways, let's carry on.
There were weapons brought there, loaded handguns within feet of Border Patrol agents. That's not what this is about. We believe in the First Amendment, Fourth Amendment, and all that, but don't come to a protest ready to fight or shoot Border Patrol agents. It won't work out well for you.
I 100% agree. I 100% agree. Especially if they decide to, pull their weapons out and, respond in kind. It's really not going to work out well for you. And then you're going to be screaming out all the isms, racism, fascism, sexism, all there's no xenophobic ism, right? But, xenophobic and all this other type of stuff, all the phobias and the isms will come out if they respond in kind. But you're the one who pulled your weapon first. Why are you showing up with weapons for? That's unnecessary. It goes to show that you're not a protester. You're a rioter. And this type of just extreme leftist behavior is encouraged by people like Chuy Garcia, right? Out of Illinois, Representative Chuy Garcia, who speaks nonsense like this. Listen to the nonsense that's getting ready to come out of his mouth when he first kind of introduces himself and begins talking. This is completely ridiculous what he's getting ready to say.
Congressman Jesus Chuy Garcia, if you don't mind.
Thank you. Today, we witnessed the further militarization of ICE tactics in Chicago as they showed up downtown to indiscriminately continue to profile against people just because of what they look like.
How do you indiscriminately profile people based upon what they look like? Liberals are dumb. Yeah. How do you, somebody please explain that to me in the comment section below. How do you indiscriminately, right? Meaning you're not discriminating. You indiscriminately profile people based on what they look like. That's how you know they're just talking just to talk. They're just opposing Trump just to oppose him. They're opposing common sense just to be opposed to common sense because Democrats are insane. These people are lunatics. They are 1000% lunatics. That made absolutely no sense. I really wanted to play that part for you guys. But when you're talking about the extremist element of it and how he pours fuel onto the fire that encourages people to bring guns to ICE facilities, is when he says nonsense like this.
People unlawfully, we will fight back. You claim that you're out to get the worst of the worst, but we see time and time again that the people that you are apprehending and kidnapping and interrogating and terrorizing are hardworking people that make Chicago and Illinois a better place for everyone.
He's an idiot. DNC lunatics are idiots. Chuy Garcia is dumb. So when you say this kind of stuff, as we keep hearing, you're kidnapping and terrorizing hardworking people that are making the city safe. Well, let me ask you something, Chuy Garcia. Are you talking about people like this guy right here? Shout out to my man, Libs of Chicago, for posting this. Look at this. Is this who we're talking about in the city of Chicago? Eric Ayala, an illegal alien from Mexico, was arrested last week because he punched a woman in the face. She is also pregnant. What a fine person. He is exactly what we need in this country. And so it makes sense why our leftist politicians are so eager to protect people like him. These are the people that they're protecting. You have ICE and U.S. Border Patrol in Chicago trying to keep you safe from people like him. Brandon Johnson and Chuy Garcia want to keep him safe at your expense, okay? They want to keep animals like this protected at the expense of your safety. Whether you're a man, woman, or child, they do not care. And then that leads to not just lunatics, rioters showing up to ICE facilities with guns, but idiots like this in the streets of Chicago antagonizing ICE agents who are trying to do their job. Look at this clip here in closing. These are the kind of morons. And I hate to use such word, stupid, idiot, and moron so much, but what else am I supposed to say? What else am I supposed to say? This is all idiotic. And Chuy Garcia and Brandon Johnson are producing morons like the people that we're getting ready to listen to in this next clip here as we bring this video to a close. Check this out here.
Look at these motherfuckers out here. Don't you guys got something else to do? Get the fuck out of here. Look at these motherfuckers. Sister on Armitage.
I just have to say this really quick because I didn't cover this story that happened last week. Many of you are familiar with it, though. It was a hearing, an immigration hearing in New York, where a man was, detained and he was deported, right? His immigration hearing didn't go his way. And there was a wife, his wife was there with their children and she was acting a fool. I'm not going to get into playing the whole clip right now, but some of you are familiar with it. The long and short of it was after she got done acting a fool, once her husband was taken away, she continued to act a fool and argue with ICE. And eventually one of the ICE officers ended up, grabbing her, and he pushed her against the wall, and then they tripped over and fell onto the ground, and she fell to the ground. A lot of people were going, "Oh my God, she's just a woman." I cannot stand this. I despise this with a deep passion. I despise what this woman is doing here. And when people act like this with such a deep passion, when you antagonize and talk stupid to these people, but God forbid you F around and find out. Now, all of a sudden, oh my God, but she was just a woman. There's a right way of doing things and a wrong way of doing things. What she's doing right now is the wrong way. If the purpose of this was to film the guy and show that ICE is in the area just to warn whoever you're trying to warn, then okay. But when you're walking up on these people talking crazy, talking all types of stupid, I'm sorry, man. If you F around and find out and they end up just kind of, calling your bluff with all the nonsense that you're talking, hey, man, Fair game. Fair game. Do things the right way or find out the hard way. Anyways, let me get off my soapbox and let's get back into this clip here. And I'll start it over. I ruined it. So let me start it from the beginning. Take 2 and action.
Look at these motherfuckers out here. Don't you guys got something else to do? Get the fuck out of here. Look at these motherfuckers. Sister on Armitage. Hi! 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 What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Do something. Do something. It's all good. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
I'm sorry to enter. I swear to you, you guys don't understand how much I despise that. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Do something. What are you gonna? And if he does something, now you're hollering racism. If he does something, now all of a sudden you don't want to act like a man anymore. Now you're gonna be a woman. Oh my God, you're a woman. How can you do this to me? I'm sorry. I hate this so much. I despise this so much with all my soul. The video's almost over. I'm gonna let it play and then we're gonna just end this news clip out because I'm getting a little emotional, as you can see.
Oh, these motherfuckers have a Mexican flag on their car. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah, that's ICE. That's ICE.
Run, brother, run!
Get the fuck away. Fuck. Oh, my whole body's shaking now.
I got him right there.
No, they got him. No.
What'd you say? No, man, the fucking ICE just caught one fucking Mexican right here, man. They chased him all crazy in the fucking parking lot. Holy shit, I hope you shit.
No, why did they get off? I'm so shaky.
Man, they jumped on him all crazy, man. He came from like the alley or something. All right, yeah, honey. I mean, you send it over? All right, thank you. All right, bye.
Who's the guy with the Mexican flag on the trunk?
Just talk to them, bro.
Oh. Wait, he got away, no?
No, they got him right there.
Where's he at? Oh, he's on the floor.
This guy got him.
Oh, motherfuckers.
I mean, you can't be any more stupid. They're literally keeping these morons safe. These people are dumb. They're dumb. They're ignorant. They're stupid. I mean, I just can't help myself because it just is what it is. You have people like this running around out here, you know, punching pregnant women in the face. And then you have morons like who we were just listening to. Oh my God, get away. Did they get him? Oh, they got him. Oh my God, my heart is beating so fast. The video's over. Right, let me shut this down. I'm done, guys. I'm finished. With all that being said, that does it for today's news, okay? That does it for today's news. So please hit the like button on your way out. Subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel. Share this video on your social media platforms. And please don't forget to follow me on Telegram at TD Media Group. The link to my Telegram is in the description box below and pinned in the comment section as well, okay? Follow me on Telegram is critical, so please do that. With all that being said, thank you all for your time. Until the next video, peace and have a great afternoon. If I didn't say it already, the link to my Telegram is in the description box below and pinned in the comment section as well. All right, I got to get out of here. Peace.